to Barb Miller.
Okay.
Good.
Now it's recording.
Now it's recording, but now I have to change my name.
Right?
You know how to do that?
Thought I did. Rename.
Yeah, just hit rename.
Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Anything else we need? Anything else I'm missing? We are recording, right? Okay. We're
We're
recording.
recording.
So we'll start again. Welcome everybody. My name is Barb Miller and I'm a senior director with Theorem. I am so excited to have this many people with us tonight. And one of the main reasons that we're meeting tonight, besides that it's happy hair hour and we love to see each other on Wednesday nights, is that we are going to go through our personal methods. Everybody has a different hair type and we all can use these products, but a lot of us use them in a different way. When you look at my hair and then Jen's hair, obviously we're going to be using different products at different times and using them a different way. But because we all also get different results, then it really matters that everyone can see a different way that we use them. So I will start out with mine. So I've been using Theorem products for about 18 months now. Oh, I was going to say where I'm from. I now live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that is new. I just moved here. So my 3 products, actually 4 products that I use on a daily basis, whether it is a wash day for me, or it is a second day or third day hair, which I was never able to do before. I use the original method, which is square roots. And then I take density and sugar pie together. I cannot use them separate. I take a pea-size amount of density, and then I squirt. This is an old bottle. This is going to recycling because we recycle our bottles. And 1 squirt of sugar pie in my hand. I emulsify really well before I put it in my hair like this, and then I blow dry my hair. I also use one other product, and that is Vector. And I just dip my fingers into Vector and put it in my hands. I rub my hands together really well, and then apply in the same place that I just did density and sugar pie. We were also going to mention what kind of hair we have. So mention that at the beginning before you start. I would definitely call my hair fine and thin, and way better since we started using Theorem. All right. Jean, why don't you go next?
Okay, I'm Jean Finn. I'm from Basking Ridge, New Jersey. And how about if I describe on a shampoo day? Is that good? So my shampoo routine is I use volume, shampoo and conditioner. And so typically I will go in and I'll wash with the shampoo, I'll wash with the conditioner. Usually I leave the conditioner in for just a little bit of time, and then I wash it out. And then when I come out of the shower, so that's my 2 products. And then my 3rd product, every single day I use square root. And I take square root and I'll spray it in my hand. I'll rub my hands together. Sometimes I put just a little bit of water in with the square root just to, I don't know, it just seems like it will spread around my hands a little bit better. I typically put it here, sort of just like this. And then I'll spray it again in my hand, put a little bit more water, and then I put it underneath here also. And my hair is fine, but I have a lot of it. And what I found particularly, well, a couple of things. One, I feel like the products make my hair so shiny. I can't even tell you, like I have highlights in my hair and it makes them come out, which is just beautiful. That was sort of the first thing that I've noticed about the products. But the square root has made it thicker. I had some hormonal issues and it has made it just, somebody said once, it makes it more behaved, your hair well behaved. And I completely agree. It makes it thicker and it makes the hair strands just align so much better. So I love it. It's great.
Great. Thank you. All right. Wendy, why don't you go next?
Hi, I'm Wendy Jorgensen. I'm from Norton, Massachusetts. I have very fine, thin hair, and I keep it short only because I think it gives me more body. But I started using the products at least 18 months ago. And the 3 products I'm using right now, I'm playing, I experiment. So I use the square root, and the square root has actually given me some hair growth. I had thinning hair on top. I'm gonna brag here. I'm 73 years old, and I've got this now beautiful hair. But the square root has helped me with hair growth. And what I'm experimenting with, I've been using density all along, and I do this after the shower with wet hair, damp hair, I should say. I use density, and now I'm mixing a little bit of bell curve in it. Now, my hair does not curl, but it doesn't even wave. It's just straight. But putting the bell curve in it is giving it a little bit different look. Even my husband noticed it. So I think it thickens it up a bit. And my hair is so shiny. That's the thing that people say the most, so shiny, and it looks thicker. So I love these products.
Great, thank you. Jen, why don't you go next?
Hi, I'm Jen Bourbon. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I have been with Theorem since the very beginning. So, a little over a year and a half, 17 months, whatever. I clearly am a curly girl. I have curly hair, and it is not as thick as you would think it is. It's actually on the thinner side, but the curls give me more of an illusion of thick. And before I started using Theorem products, my hair was really, really dry. I still run on the drier side. So all of the products and method I use are to give me more moisture and more bounce to what used to be really dry, fried hair and not so much curly. My method is after washing in the shower, and actually I have to show you the product that I use in the shower. I mix density, which some other girls have talked about, with Helix, and I spray them both in my hand, rub them in, and then put them on my hair and leave them for a few minutes and then wash them out. So that's really the beginning of my method. And then when I get out of the shower, I take Spiral, which is so hydrating and I really believe is the answer to the bounciness in my curls. Before this, they were just so pulled out, and now they're really moisturized. So Spiral is the first step. And then Bell Curve is actually my absolute favorite product that we have. It is truly a godsend, and it is what has given me the definition in my curls that I didn't used to have. They're no more crunchy curls, they're soft and bouncy. And my little secret actually is on wash days, even after I've already gone ahead and put these 2 products in, I let my hair dry for a little bit, maybe 75% of the way. And then I actually sneak back and take a little more Bell Curve in my hand and add a tiny little bit of water. And again, reapply to each side, because I feel that extra bit of Bell Curve on the drier hair that started to set the curls just kind of almost like cements them in. That's my new little trick that I've been doing all the time. So those would be my 3 favorite products. And then actually Square Root, I told you, it's great, for thinning hair and at your scalp, but I use it as a root booster. I actually lift my hair up and I spray right at the roots. And then when I'm taking my diffuser and diffusing my curls, I actually just hold my hair up and I hold the diffuser there. And I almost let the Square Root work like a hairspray and set my hair, so I get more volume at the roots. So that's my method.
That is great. Can I ask you, how often do you wash your hair, Jen?
I wash my hair every 3 to 4 days usually. And on days when I'm not washing, I just put my hands under the faucet, wet my hands, put some more Bell Curve in. On non-wash days, I just use Square Root and Bell Curve. And I swear I can't get enough Bell Curve. The more the better. It never builds up on me. And whenever I need more curl, I just add some more Bell Curve.
I have a question.
Non-wash days.
A question too, Jen.
Sure.
After you do your process, do you ever put a wide tooth comb through your hair, or do you just let it?
I comb it with a wide tooth comb when I get out of the shower.
Yeah.
I comb it out. And actually, this is another little tip for curly girls. I'm sorry, I'm going over my time here, but I know people might want to know this. When I brush out my hair, if I feel like it's not really wet anymore, because my hair is so dry that sometimes it almost feels dry right away, I wet it again before I put before I put in spiral and bell curve, because the wetter, the better for forming curls. If my hair isn't wet to begin with, when I put the product in, it will just look frizzier and more pulled out when it does dry. So I feel like to form the curls, it needs to be wet. So I comb out with the comb, fine tooth comb, or no, not fine tooth, wide tooth comb.
Yeah.
And then I don't touch it again. When I scrunch my hair with the diffuser, then I try not to touch it all day long.
Okay.
Because once you touch your hair, it gets brushed out and fluffy and frizzy, and curly girls don't like frizz. So don't touch your hair. That's all. Just
Okay,
saying.
great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Rose, can you go next?
Hello, my name is Rose Verpo, and I'm from Northern California. And I would say my hair is a medium thickness, has a slight wave to it. I've always had straight hair, but as I've gotten older, there's just a little bit of a slight wave to it. And I use the original method. So I shampoo my hair every other day. But the one product that I do use every day is Square Root. And once a week, I'll use Density as a hair mask in the shower and rinse it out. But on days that I don't do that, I would mix the Density and the sugar pie and then use it as a leave-in, apply it to my wet hair. And I normally let my hair air dry. Sometimes if I need to get going someplace, I'll finish it at the end with the blow dryer. And I've noticed since I've been using the products for 18 months that my hair is more manageable. I used to have to put more effort into it with the blow dryer, maybe a curling iron, one of the hot tools, just to kind of make it do what I want. And I noticed that since I've been using the Theorem products, I don't really need to do that. Since we've added product to our line, I can use both Vector or bell curve. It just depends how I want to wear my hair. If I want it more straight, I put the Vector in. If I'm at the coast and I just want to let it air dry, I'll put the bell curve in, give it a little bit of a scrunch, and I'll have some real slight waves to my hair. And it's just really I just love that I can use these products, but not spend a lot of time. Like when I think of my skincare routine, sometimes I, get to where I skip it because there's so many steps and you have to do this in the morning, this in the evening. But with my hair care, the original method, 3 products is just so easy. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Tiffany?
All right, I'm Tiffany Wiseman, and I live in Flower Mound, Texas, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I use the original method, and I realized I grabbed one of the wrong bottles, though, of another product. But on wash days, and I too can now go 3, maybe 4 days without washing my hair, which is just crazy, but I love it. I also start with Square Root. And on wash days, I actually spray it directly on the scalp and I put it in the part, and I've gotten a lot of hair growth right here. My hair's more thin, and I had also had some issues with some other products that had caused a lot of my hair to come out. So I have always kept my hair real short, one for styling issues, and also products would weigh my hair down. So as you can see, now I've actually let it grow out, which is kind of fun. But back to my method. So I start with Square Root, spray it in, and then I rub it in. And then next I use Density. That was the one I did not grab. And I too spray a little bit of sugar pie with it, rub it in, and put it on. I actually let that dry a little bit while I finish my makeup. And then I add Vector. So, because I like to blow mine out. So I'll add the Vector and let it dry a little bit before I actually put the blow dryer on it. So one, it's not drying as much. And then I'll just add some curls at the end with a curling iron. So on non-wash days, was noticing if I sprayed the Square Root directly on, it was a little too much. So now I've gotten to the part on non-wash days, I'll take the Square Root, spray it on my fingertips, rub it in, and then just kind of push it in and give it that, like Jen had said, the root boost, and just go from there.
Great, thank you so much. All right, Sue, how about you?
Hi, I'm Sue Corjay. I'm from Ludlow, Massachusetts. My hair is very fine and thin, and it tends to be wavy to slightly curly. I start with the original method, and I use the square root, and I usually spray it right across, right on my scalp, a couple of times, and on the side once or twice each time. Then I rub it in just to massage it in. Then I take a wide tooth comb and I just comb it down just to make sure that the square root gets to all of my scalp. And then, like almost everybody else, I do use a pea size to a dime size of density. And what I do is I use this, and then I squirt sugar pie and I mix it together in my hands. And then I just put it from like mid shaft and all the way down to my ends. And as I'm doing that, I scrunch my hair because my hair's wavy. It's not really curly like Jen's. So I do that. And then I use my favorite, my bell curve. And I do probably, I don't know, maybe a dime to a nickel size. And I rub it in my hands. And again, I scrunch my hair. And then I use a blow dryer on low with a hot socket. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like a diffuser. It was really popular in the 70s and 80s. So I don't want to age myself. Wendy was really, forthright on her age. But anyway, I use that. But now I let the rest of it air dry, because I find that the blow drying really it makes my hair a little bit drier. So I let it air dry. And that's why, Jen, I asked you if you put a comb through it or anything, because I just kind of put a comb through it and then I kind of fluff it up. And my hair stays curly all the way to the next washing. I'll use the frizz proof in between, and sometimes I'll throw a little bit more bell curve in there. And I also started just recently adding just a tad of the spiral, and I find that helps a lot too. And I'm just happy that Theorem came into my life.
Sorry, my dog has found a bowl of food that is not his. I apologize. Okay, how about Kristen? You want to go next?
Sure. So I have probably thin, fine blonde hair. I'm from Franklin, Mass. So my hair, the weather, it just frizzes. No matter what I do, I get frizz. I feel like I could just keep putting product in. But today I added more Vector, and it is smooth, and it has stayed smooth all day long. Yeah. So I was using it before, but I used more. But anyway, so I pretty much the same as everybody else. I use square root, couple of sprays, rub it in, around like the roots, the sides, and the back. I will take a little, like, I would say a small marble, maybe a large pea size amount of density, and a spray of sugar pie, and I mix those together and put them on. I was gonna say like the ears down, and rub it in. I used to scrunch it in, but then I watched Melody doing hers, and she like rubs it in like this. So I actually thought that might be a better way of doing it. So I've changed. And then I add Vector, which is now my new best friend. I might try some of the other suggestions of letting it dry a little bit. I'm not sure what the difference or benefit would be to sort of like let it dry in your hair before you start the blow dryer. But I use a round brush, and I have volume and smoothness.
Awesome. It looks great too.
I'm glad to have a good hair day today since we're doing this.
All right, Miss Melody. Can you talk right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to get away from the air fryer. Just got my dinner in. Okay. I am Melody Walsh. I live right outside of New Orleans, Louisiana, aka the humidity capital of the world. So I am very honored, Kristen, that you have taken one of my little tips. That is totally not Theorem recommended. That is only Melody recommended. So I cannot say that I learned that from anywhere other than my little smashing it in my hair and making sure that it all gets penetrated. So my method is very similar to some of the other sort of finer haired ladies. I do have long hair. It is a wash day. My hair is not looking its best. It's been up in a bun most of the day. So I apologize that it kind of looks like it's not behaving. I say that very often. My hair does not behave sometimes. But it is about to get washed, and then I will be doing my method. So I, on a wash day, will spray the square root directly onto my head. I do about probably 2 squirts on top, 2 squirts on the sides, and then 2 squirts in the back. For me, square root, it is a root booster for me, but more so, I used to have to use a medicated shampoo. I have a very itchy scalp. I had a very irritated scalp, and I'm sorry, my dog has potty bells that are right there. And now I don't have to use the medicated shampoo anymore. The square root has really balanced the pH of my scalp and has enabled me to kind of get rid of that aspect of my hair care. So that is my primary reason for using square root on a daily basis. But on my wash days, I almost douse my hair in square root because I can. On my non-wash days, similar to what some of the other ladies mentioned, I spray 2 to 3 squirts on my hand, rub it together, and I just kind of rub it in all over and just kind of fluff like that. I know some of the ladies here blow dry their hair and wet it and all. If I'm having a really horrible morning hair-wise, I'll go that route, but 9 times out of 10, I'm running out the door, so I don't have time for that. So then I do use about a nickel to quarter size amount of density. I do have a lot of hair. It is on the finer side, but it's a lot. There's a lot here. So I do use a decent amount of density. I do not mix it with the sugar pie because I use sugar pie slightly off label. I get frizzies all the way up here. So I will actually rub in my sugar pie to about here. And then I take like the teeniest bit that's left on my hands and I just kind of do like this. Just very lightly do like this to kind of calm down what's up there. Because side effect of square root, I do have a little tiny bit of new growth happening and they do like this. And it's super fun for people to look at. My absolute favorite product though is Vector. It's not a secret. I love density, but I love Vector. I will use Vector if I am blow drying my hair or I am not blow drying my hair. Now that it's getting to the summer, I do kind of lean more towards the not blow drying every day because it does lead to my frizzy dry ends. So I will let my hair air dry most of the way and then just blow dry it at the end so that there's not as much frizzy damage, or blow dry it once it's over halfway dry or I'm about to go to bed. And my favorite use of Vector is on dry hair. And that is, again, totally not Theorem recommended. This is totally off label, but this is how I achieve wavy curls and get them to hold in my humid, awful, nasty climate. I take this teeny amount. I mean, just
I'm good. I'm just on the leader call with the girls.
Let me see.
So I just take the ittiest bit on dry hair. I mean, like just a dab. My camera's here. Just a dab in the vector. And then I rub it really, really good. And then I rub it all through my hair. And I go pretty high with it when I'm curling my hair. And then I will take my curling iron and curl it all the way through, take my wide tooth comb and brush it out, and my curls stay all day, even in the soupy, nasty, summery mess of New Orleans. So if I'm having a really awful behavior days with my hair, I will rub it in to calm the frizz if I'm, running out the door and sugar pie is not doing the job. But that's my method. And I do square root and sugar pie every single day. So
Okay,
that's what I do.
super, great. Ronique, are you available to talk?
I am.
Can you tell us your method?
It's about to be summer, so Melody has already covered humid central, but I'm near the beach, so it becomes humidity, fog, and anything else that may happen on any given day from July through September, Virginia Beach. So, but my parents are originally from New Orleans, so that's where all this comes in for me. Square root and sugar pie are my go-tos now. And for the summer, I'm going curly, so I will be using a lot of spiral and bell curve. So just to keep the humidity, not fighting it, and then also to keep the heat off, because heat for me is just damaging. I only wash once a week, unless it is like a really, has been a full exercise day and it's just been a, terribly sweaty event. But that is it. Sugar pie and square root. And I spray it at my roots and massage it in my scalp. And then I have a massager that I use on my head. But those are my go-tos. And I love density.
Describe your hair type, Renee.
It is curly, coily, but not extremely coily, and it straightens like nobody's business. I never get tangles. I never have to yank to get anything through my hair. In fact, my mother and I discussed this. I just wet my hair, shampoo with Infinity and Helix. Yeah. And then, I don't have to be combing it out before. It just flops down when I wet it. So
Okay.
that's how it worked for me.
Awesome.
But,
thank you.
yeah.
All right, Joni.
All right, awesome. So I am Joni Neenan. I live in Rhode Island, and I am one of the fine, thin haired girls. I'm kind of in between, right, Jean and Barb and Wendy. Like, my hair has gotten so much thicker since I've been using these products, like incredible. Like, I can't believe it. And my go-to, it's the method. It's definitely the method. So I love square root as that root lifter. Like, this actually is a non-wash day. I've been running around today. So on my non-wash days, I'll actually spray a little in my hands and then just go like this. And then I will lift it here and here and here. If I'm going like to a networking or somewhere I have to like be really presentable, and then I'll just take a blow dryer and blow it out. Same thing, I use Density as a leave-in conditioner, which is crazy, like us thin, fine girls, right? I could never use a conditioner, but love Density. And then sugar pie, I don't mix it with Density. I just spray, and I only use sugar pie really on my wash days. I have to try it on non-wash days, but I'll just spray it in my wet hair, like on the bottom and in here. But I am now going to try Vector, because Kristen, like, your hair is so amazing, like smooth and silky, and wow. I'm gonna add Vector.
All right, thank you, Joni. Jamie, are you able to tell us your method?
Hi there, I am. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Aunt Cindy has Bible study on Wednesdays, and she called me to see how everything was going. And I'm like, well, get on the call, you guys. Come on. Anyway, and if the dog barks, I'm sorry. We're doing construction and it's crazy. Anyway, I have thick hair, and my method is square root. I use it every day along my hairline. I squirt it in my fingers and massage my scalp, and I don't forget the back. And I am a tennis player, and I play tennis about 2 or 3 times a week. So I give myself a lovely little density treatment before I play tennis. I just put a dollop in and I rub it in and I put a hat on, and I work out for a few hours, and then obviously I come back and shower and wash my hair, and my hair feels really nice. Then I'll put on my square root, and I'll either blow dry, or sometimes if I want a really straight look, I will use a little vector. And I actually use Fusion every day on my hands and my feet. And if I'm feeling, if my hair is feeling really dry, and I had COVID a few weeks ago, so I know we're not supposed to say COVID and hair and all of that, but my hair was really coarse afterwards. It just felt like all the moisture was just sucked out of my hair. So I have been using a lot of Fusion and a lot of density, and my hair feels much better. Oh, and I have been using square root on my eyebrows. I'll keep you posted.
Are you using the little ones that they sent?
Yes,
to
I'm
you?
using,
Okay.
I'll spray the spoolie with the square root, and then I'll put it on my eyebrows, and I haven't had any kind of reaction on my skin or anything like that. Everything's been good. So I'll keep you posted.
That sounds great. Good. Good. All
Oh,
right.
I'm from California. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, so it's 8:40. I don't have anything planned. This was really the only thing that was planned for tonight, but we can certainly open the floor for any questions, any comments. You guys know that we do have the Make Your Own method is for the next 2 more days, right? Today's the 18th, so 19th and 20th, so it's through the 20th. Good times to, has anybody done like any emails to their customers? Are you planning to do anything else before this special is over? Any feedback? Anybody want to bring anything up?
I actually reached out to a couple customers that I knew that they had some favorites. So I have one of my friends, I know she loves Vector. So, and I think you can get more than one, right?
Yep.
So I even said that to her. I said, you know, and I know she loves volume shampoo too. So I said to her, well, this one wasn't for shampoos, it was for the last one. But this one I said to her, she wanted to try square root, and she loves Vector. So I said, heck, you could get 2 of your Vector and, you know, 1 square root, or just, she could try the square root before she actually, you know, went and ordered several of them. So, but I do find that personal touch really helps. And yeah, it's that personal touch. I just texted, just a text.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Remind your specialist too, if you have people on your team, make sure that they know too, especially if they're not people that are super active, but they do like a good deal, that's why they, you know, maybe they just bought a kit because they wanted the discount. Remind them as well. Anybody else doing anything special this week?
I agree with Jean, like those personal reach outs are huge, and not only text, but private message on Facebook, like, or Instagram, you know, go to where your people are hanging out. And the other thing too, you guys, does everybody know how you can search your customers and find out what they ordered? Everybody go with that? Like, you just go into report, like customer reports, and you do the advanced search. And then you can search by if they get the method or the curly method or the blowout method or square root. You can search by any product. So if they're purchasing like 2 products, you know, those are great reach outs. Like, hey, I don't want you to miss this.
Yep.
But Jean, 100% personal reach outs are huge.
Because I've been reaching out to some saying just to stock up, because one girl I was talking to loves a square root, so she's getting 3 square roots. So that's her favorite, and that's what she's going to go with. So
That's great.
yeah.
And I think using Joni's idea to see, even looking on past specials and seeing what, if they did buy 2 square roots or 2 densities or whatever, and suggesting too, perhaps they just use square root and density, but suggesting, oh, what about your daughter-in-law? Have they tried it? That kind of thing. They could buy a third.
That's a really good point, Barb. And not just on this special, but on other specials, because one of my friends, the one that loves the shampoo, I said to her, what was it? She had bought like the volume shampoo and conditioner, and it came with the density. That's what it was. It was, you buy the density and you got the other. And she's like, well, I don't really use density. And I said, but I bet your daughters would love to use your density. She's like, oh, that's a great idea. So some of those things, I do find those little suggestions that, we think about this all the time, but our friends don't necessarily. So those little things, and her daughters have long hair, that need a lot of moisture. So density was perfect.
Yeah, and doing that with frizz proof right now, because we are, not just New Orleans is humid. I mean, every place is really humid in the summer. Nothing is like New Orleans, I will admit that. But a lot of us need frizz proof for the summertime. So reminding people, even when they have their 3 items, hey, don't forget, you might want to add frizz proof since you're getting such a good deal. It's a great time to grab that one as well. So that's something to think about. Yeah, Wendy.
So I have a customer who is a male who's using it for his thinning hair. And the last time he bought product, it was a couple of months ago, and he bought 2 square root. I'm going to call his wife tomorrow. I know her. I'm going to suggest that she order 3 square root and give it to him for Father's Day.
Great idea. That's a great idea. And densities are really great graduation gifts. I know we're getting close to the end. You could still probably get them, especially in the Northeast. They're not done with school until June. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah.
Gifts for the summertime. Okay. Anybody else?
Well, and the other thing I was going to suggest too, so I don't use frizz proof like in the morning to prevent my hair from getting frizzy in humidity. So, because I need heavy duty down like for frizz. So what I typically will do in the morning, I do my sugar pie, and then if my hair needs like really to be like, then I put my tiny bit of Vector and I kind of smooth just a little bit, just smooth it. And then my frizz proof is sort of in my purse and what I can do throughout the day, because I know it's not going to build up like crazy. So what I recommend to my customers who are like, oh my God, I need something for frizz. And they look at frizz proof and they're like, oh, frizz proof. And I'm like, frizz proof's not going to tame it. Frizz proof is going to like just help maintain it throughout the day. You need like sugar pie density Vector to tame it first. And then you need frizz proof to like keep it in check. So that would be kind of a way to help them build a bundle without buying like 3 frizz proofs and then being like, well, this isn't taming my frizz, when their hair looks like Betsy's before picture.
Very nice.
I'm just saying.
True.
Just saying. I know she won't mind me using her as an example, because I know that she wouldn't use frizz proof to tame the frizz. She would use it to maintain her look.
Totally agree.
And I agree with you, Melody. The frizz proof just it doesn't really do enough for me. Like maybe just like occasional little hairs right here, but I definitely needed so today I used more Vector because I just like my whole hair. It's all these little hairs just start curling up. Like even though I blow it dry straight, I think it's like blonde hair, or I just have like new growths, or I don't think I have a lot of breakage really, but just there's little hairs all over and they're just sticking out.
Because Vector has the slight tack to it. And so that's why it's going to hold it. And so the frizz proof though, what I like about the frizz proof is that it smooths, like it gives that smoothing. and then there's no buildup. And so I love frizz proof. I use it often. I just don't use it to start my day. It's in my purse. Vector's not in my purse.
So if you pull out frizz proof when you're in the ladies' room, if there's someone else in the ladies' room, they will ask you what you're doing, and pull out your business card and hand them your business card too. Cause that I've definitely gotten several sales. They have no idea who I am. And they're like, what are you putting in your hair? Cause I've never seen
Oh,
it
Barb,
before.
that's brilliant.
Yeah. So I always have it in my purse because there's no
That's
way. My
smart.
realtor, we were in the bathroom together and I pulled mine out. She's like, I don't have that one. You can. We can fix that for you. And she's got a huge head of hair. So
Maybe I should carry bell curve in my purse. No.
absolutely. You should.
I would.
Yeah.
You
Why
will, 'cause
not?
I'm sure people ask you all the time how your hair.
Yeah.
how you get
Yeah,
your-
they do.
Yeah. And then give them.
I
a
mean,
little-
I do carry frizz proof, but I don't use it very often because it's harder on curls. I mean, the only thing it can help on mine is like right here.
Yeah.
I would be willing to bet that you could sell bell curve by carrying it in your purse, because
Yeah.
people probably ask you, how do you get your
I'm just
hair to
gonna
look
walk
so-"
around with it like this.
You could totally fake it and be like, fake to put it in
Yeah.
your hair and just do like this, and people be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's
People
a
are
good-
nosy.
I'm gonna do that from now to the end of the month and test subject. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to bring up one other thing. Who in this call has already registered for conference? Oh my gosh. Is that everybody? Wendy, have you?
No, I have to do that. I have it on my list.
Did Rose, did you raise your hand too? Oh my gosh. That's
You best be coming. I'll have to come down and get you.
Because
Jamie
Wendy, I'm coming to
registered,
Rhode
right?
Island.
Yeah, Tiffany's coming. Tiffany's
No, that's so
flying in.
exciting.
I'd be there, Tiffany.
Okay.
Jamie, have you signed up yet?
I think she's,
Yes,
she's one of the hosts.
Hosting, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
have.
That's
If
what I
anybody
figured.
wants To come to Palm Springs, you're welcome.
He doesn't want to come to Palm Springs.
I know.
There's no humidity. We have
Yeah.
dry heat.
I was
Just
gonna
bring your
say,
density.
I love Southern California.
Ronique, have you signed up yet? All right, well, hope she has. If you haven't, we hope you do. Zero summertime methods. Okay.
And make sure people on your teams know there's now just the virtual one. If
Right.
they don't want to pay for, and get the swag bag, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but
Oh, but
Um,
I intend on telling them, do not have FOMO over all my fun stuff.
exactly. So,
Yeah, I think
there
we're
is
gonna
now
start
just the
getting more,
virtual one.
yeah, more trickle down hints on what's happening and things like that. It's gonna be fun. And we definitely want as many people getting trained as possible to see whatever new things that are coming out this summer. It's gonna be exciting. Definitely worth going. Okay. All right. Well, I think we may end just a little bit early if you guys are good with that. This makeup
That's
that I've
fine.
done for 1 hour only.
No, this was
Because
great.
why does it matter?
Look
I'm
what I
like, "It
ordered."
matters." What'd you say?
I ordered the Reiki,
What is that?
What-
but the mirror that Sandy shared. the Reiki.
Oh,
What is
And-
that, Melody?
It's a mirror. I didn't take the plastic off yet. It's
Oh.
the one that Sandy shared with us.
and it's a magnet for your iPad.
No, it's a mirror.
That's all it is a mirror.
No, it's
I'm sorry, that wasn't
It's-
meant in a bad way. I just thought it was a special mirror. Is it a special mirror?
it is. It has Bluetooth and it lights up, and I got the mini one too. The big one's not charged. The mini one has a charge, so I'll show you.
But the mini one, can't you put your phone on it or something? I thought you could do.
You can put your phone on the big one. It has like a phone holder and everything. It has
with a
Bluetooth.
holder.
Yeah, so you can like put your phone like in the middle of it and do lives like here.
That's the point
And-
for it, right? That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and the light on it is really good too. So the light on this one, even just like it gets really bright.
Danny.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
You girls are a wealth of information.
Who had that?
I
Was it
mean-
Sandy, right? Sandy put that on?
Sandy shared it, and I have a family friend who sells Lime Life, so I got it from my friend. But I'm glad that I got it because I'm gonna carry this in my purse. I mean, this is like the size of my cell phone. This one, the little one, and then the big one's big. I mean, but it's travel because it's really, really skinny and it's really lightweight. But they're both battery. They both have a rechargeable battery, and like this, even the big one is probably the size of my iPad. And so I think it's great because then I can it has a stand and everything. So like you can put it on the stand.
Okay, now you're selling it a little better than just a mirror.
Yeah.
I didn't even take
some. Yeah, that's the one that Sandy shared with us.
Okay.
That was on sale. Because I've been looking for a really good makeup mirror, and it came with a magnifying one too, so that I can actually see what the heck I'm doing. But then it has the little phone holder, so you can put it in the center, and it'll hold your phone. But anyway, I wanted to let you guys know that I did pull the trigger and buy it because I had been looking at getting one like this because Lisa on my team has one that she paid a lot more money for, and it's not rainbow. And I mean rainbow, and y'all know me, I have to be bright and flashy, and so I will give a full product review once, but I literally just took it out the box, so like I'm all like, it's new, it's pretty.
Very fun. Cool.
All
right,
thanks,
anybody else
Barb,
add
for
anything?
running the meeting. This was great. Lots of great information.
Sure
It'll be
thing,
fun
and
to
I
break
think-
it up too. for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm really glad that we were able to hear all the different methods because I think for some of us, we've been talking to each other for a really long time on these Zoom calls, and I still forget who uses what and how they use it. So, and we all use it a little bit different, which is good. That's why these
I
50
think it's so
products.
important too. It changes with the weather. You know, I was using a lot more density in the winter, and then all of a sudden I felt like my hair was just like really limp and heavy, and I'm kind of like, what's wrong? And then I'm like, oh, I need to change it up. And then
You'll also see, Kristen, as your hair gets healthier and healthier using the products longer and longer, that you'll continue to change what you use, but it does look, your vector looks great.
I used a lot. It will be my new favorite product.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
And we're only